When your soul logged in, it did not enter Earth as pure chaos. It entered through a system, a beautifully engineered interface designed to translate infinity into human experience. An operating system every avatar on Earth runs on the same architecture. 4 layers, stacked together like a living machine, and most humans spend their entire lives inside this system without realizing. It is a system they think, "This is me," but what they are seeing is the interface, not the player. The first layer is the physical body, the hardware, bone, muscle, nerve chemistry, electric signal. This is the suit, the controller through which sensation happens. Pain registers here, pleasure registers here, temperature, hunger, fatigue, sexual energy, adrenaline. The physical body is not identity, it is instrumentation, a sensory console, and like all hardware, it degrades, changes, ages, repairs, fails, yet something inside you remains constant. While the hardware updates, that constant is the player watching. The second layer is the emotional body. This is the memory engine. Your emotional body is that haptic feedback vest. When something threatens your avatar's security, like losing a client or a bad breakup, your emotional body shakes. It produces the vibration of fear or grief. Every experience that carries intensity is stored here: love, rejection, fear, abandonment, safety. Belonging, the emotional body, is not logical, it is atmospheric, it does not speak in words, it speaks in weather storms of anxiety, waves of joy, fog of sadness, lightning of anger, and most humans believe, "I am anxious, I am broken, I am damaged," but anxiety is not identity. It is emotional code, looping an unresolved file, asking to be processed. The avatar is not broken, it is running old scripts. The mistake we make is thinking the vibration is the danger. We feel the fear and think, "Oh no, I am dying." No, your avatar is in a challenging part of the level. The controller is shaking to let you know to pay attention. The player is fine. The player has never been hurt, never been broke, never been abandoned. Next time you feel high anxiety, try this. Stop, take a breath, and say to yourself, "Wow, the haptic feedback on this level is intense. My avatar is really stressed right now." Notice the difference? You just moved from being the avatar to being the player observing the avatar. You created space. That space is freedom. The third layer is the mental body. This is the software layer. Language, belief, interpretation, story. The mental body does one thing brilliantly. It explains everything, sometimes correctly, often defensively. It builds identity out of repetition. I am this kind of person. This always happens to me. People cannot be trusted. I must succeed to be loved. These are not truths, they are installed. Programs, and the frightening part is the mind does not know. It is programming, it believes it is reporting reality. This is how the avatar becomes trapped, not by the world, but by interpretation. The fourth layer is the spiritual body. This is the connection port, the network interface, the channel through which the player touches the avatar: intuition, presence, stillness, awareness, the sense of being alive before thought. This layer never breaks. It only gets ignored. Humans rarely lose connection. They drown it in noise, distraction, fear, story, conditioning, but the signal never disappears even in the most traumatized life. There is always a quiet witness watching the entire system. That witness is the player bleeding through. And here is a crucial insight. Suffering is not proof that the avatar is wrong. It is proof that the operating system is overloaded. Corrupted files, conflicting scripts, unprocessed emotional memory, identity loops running without supervision. This is where body matrix exists, not to erase the avatar, not to escape the game, but to debug the system, to locate where energy is stuck, where memory is frozen, where belief hardened into prison, and restore flow. Debugging is not self-improvement. It is system clarity. The avatar becomes lighter, not because it became perfect, but because it stopped fighting its own architecture. Most people try to fix life from inside one layer. They train the body but ignore emotion. They control emotion but ignore belief. They change belief but ignore connection. True transformation is cross-layer hardware, emotion, software, signal, all aligned. And when alignment happens, something strange occurs. Life does not become easier. It becomes transparent. Experience flows through without sticking pain, passes without becoming identity. Joy passes without addiction. The avatar becomes responsive instead of reactive, and the player begins to feel closer, as if the screen has thinned. The veil feels real. The game is designed to feel real, and we should honor that experience. We are here to play, not to escape immediately, but we don't have to be victims of the game anymore. In Body Matrix, we use tools like 4 bodies dowsing charts to thin that veil. We use the pendulum to bypass the noisy mental body and get a direct signal from the spiritual body. We learn how to peek under the VR helmet when things get too intense. This is why healing is not about becoming someone new. It is about removing interference, so what you already are can run cleanly. The soul never needed repair. The interface needed maintenance. And maintenance is not weakness, it is mastery. In the next episode, we go deeper into the greatest bug in the system. Until then, observe your layers, feel the hardware, watch the emotion, listen to the software, sense the signal. The more clearly you see the system, the less trapped you are inside it, and the more the player remembers they are here. See you in the next level.